Welcome back to Morning Joy, where truth matters. I'm your host, Keith Downey, and very excited to bring back and welcome back one of our regular guests. He's the GRN's business manager and Morning Joy's sports guy, David Magallanez. Good morning and welcome back to the show.
Good morning, Keith, and thank you for having me back. And, I just love today's theme and, how everything is tying together. I came up with this topic about a couple of weeks ago, and how it's all coming together today. And it is August. It's going to be back to school. School is right around the corner, and so I'm really excited for all the kids. And even though the kids are probably not saying that as well, but I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited for the parents as well. And what I wanted to do and talk about in this sports segment is talk about the role of the coaches, the role that they play in the Catholic world. And I think it's very important. I think coaches kind of have a duty, kind of have a responsibility, especially in the Catholic world. This is a great, great opportunity for the parents that may be their first time to start coaching, maybe start getting involved now that their kids are at a good level, age, and level that they can start playing sports. And so my theme for today is that do coaches play an important role in the Catholic world? And one of the first things that I want to talk about is that if you get asked, parent, if you get asked to be a coach or even to be an assistant coach, please pray about it. And if it's all doable, if you can do it, please say yes. It's very important that, our opportunity to share our faith to our kids, it's not in a classroom. It's not in a very structured form where you're teaching from the Bible or stuff like that. But however, out on a court, out on the playing field, you can still catechize to these kids. And so I'm going to try to use a range of, small kids, middle school kids, and even high school kids. This applies to all these different age levels that you can try to catechize and show your faith in this world that we live in. So if you do get asked to be a coach, please consider it and say yes. So here's some few tips, few things that I think that'll help you to show your faith. So as you start forming your team and start meeting with your team, don't be afraid to start using religious words. I think working in the corporate world and out in the real world, we don't say a lot of times, man, what a blessing it is to be here today. Look at God's creation. Look at, what God created. This playing field is so awesome. And, what a beautiful day that God created that we can practice today. Giving thanks, and, just saying, wow, guys, you guys did great. That was great today. Hey, let's thank God that we were able to gather today and have a good practice. And, you made some new friends. And then one of the things that I really like is explained to kids at all different levels that, you have received a gift from God and you're able to play sports. Not everybody can play sports. Not everybody can enjoy and just get out on the field and do all the sports activities out there. I think if you kind of talk about that, the gifts from God, this is something that you received. I think that's okay to say out in our world. Just giving these kids ideas of why they're here and why you're playing, and just giving thanks. And then I think it's okay to say that I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying for your health and your safety today. I think that's okay to say, and begin that vocabulary of all these religious words, sayings, phrases. I think it's good. It's okay to start bringing that up into your team meetings when you meet at the beginning of practice, end of practice, even during games. It's okay to say all that kind of stuff. Another tip, I think, to show your faith is, wear shirts and caps, items that would identify you as a Christian or a Catholic. So I love wearing my shirts from parishes, the parish I attend, and it'll say St. Maximilian Kolbe, St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. I emceed a men's conference, and I've got my men's conference shirt out there. I've got a couple of caps that are religious. Wear those out there out on the field. Wear those in front of the kids. They may ask. And say, hey, what is that? Well, there's your opportunity right there to show your faith and say something positive to, a small kid, middle school kid, even a high school kid. They may not know some of these things. What a great time to share that with a young adult or a young kid. Another thing to say is that, maybe before a game, you're going to tell the team, hey guys, I'm going to go pray. So you guys continue your exercises, getting ready for the game. Just step off to the side and say, hey, I'm going to pray for you guys. I'm going to pray for your health and safety that we play a good game. I'm going to pray off to the side. Do that a few times. You may get a kid to say, hey, can I go with you, coach? Wow. How powerful is that? What kind of statement is that when a kid can see you go pray and then they want to go with you? Okay, you didn't force them to go with you. They're just coming casually with you to see you pray. How big of an impact is that when they see you? You get on one or two knees and make a prayer. I think that's great.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The other thing too, a couple of other things is that talk about the positive values when you're playing sports. All right. So young kids may not understand right off the bat, but middle school, high school kids will definitely attach, will learn from this, and you can explain to them that, hey guys, playing sports, you're going to learn how to play hard, how to work with your teammates, respect each other, and then also throw in some of these other ones that are, some of our moral virtues from our Catholic faith: humility, patience, obedience. I remember when I was playing sports, I love the sports aspects of it, but later in life, I did learn about that. I did learn how to, work with my teammates, work hard, but also, to be humble, to obey the coach and, follow the practice schedule and, being patient, and all of those things are so many great things that you learn from playing sports. Emphasize that in your team meetings when you meet before and after practice. It'll start coming in, and the kids will start to realize that. One of the best things that I love sharing with my teams is talk about former athletes or current players, coaches that are making a big impact and showing their faith. Okay, so we had the kicker from the Kansas City Chiefs wearing a brown scapular, and everybody noticed that. Bring that up in one of your meetings with the kids and say, hey guys, did y'all see that in the Super Bowl? I saw the kicker with the brown scapular, and the kid will say, well, what is that? Okay, you start talking about that. You kind of start talking about this is what he's doing. He's showing his faith. He's, letting everybody know that he's Catholic. He's Christian. And so those are good examples. There's athletes here in Houston that are, when they talk to the media, they're wearing some religious shirts. At the beginning of every interview, they talk about they're thanking God. And you can mention those athletes to these young kids, even the up to high school kids. And the last thing that I want to talk about is create a culture. Create a culture of what you want in the eyes of the Lord. So what that means is that, you're the coach, okay? So you get to set the tone, the example. This is your culture of what I want my team to look like, and it's a reflection of you. It's a reflection of you, of who you are as a man or as a woman, right? You're God-fearing, you're humble, and you're joyful. You're joyful. So that, is that what you want to, is that what people, when they see you, can they see that in you? And that's what you want to instill in your teams as well, right? Mm-hmm. And so this is your culture. This is how I want to demonstrate. This is how I want to be a Catholic and a Christian, and I want to spread that to my team. And so those opportunities when you meet at the beginning of practice, you sit down and you get their attention. You talk about that. At the end of practice, after a good, hard practice, you talk about that. And during games, boy, those are the best times, during the games when you may be losing and you need to say something inspirational, okay? And it's not related to sports maybe, but, just saying, hey, guys, look, just let's give this to God. He brought us here. He's allowed us to play sports. Let's give this to God. And so anyway, those are kind of my tips for new parents that are going to be now jumping into the sports world. These are some of the tips that I think we can do a great job of changing one kid at a time.
And you're listening to Morning Joy, where truth matters. We're talking with David Magallanez about, just ways that we can help inspire our children, especially, as you mentioned, Dave, as parents are now getting their children into sports, team-related sports, where some of these children may not even be exposed to God at all. So these are really great tips that I'm definitely going to be circling back, because one of my kids they're going to be doing fall t-ball here coming up, and I'm volunteering. I don't know if I'm going to be coaching per se, but this gives me some ideas, and I'm sure those parents out there that are listening are also taking note of some of these things. Maybe not implementing all of them, but just finding one that they know that they can do with confidence. That's great.
Yeah, it's I think it's really important. We got to start young, or even if they're in high school, and you guys did a segment about when kids go to college. These tips may help one kid, and that's what we want, right? That's what we want. We want our kids to know about our faith.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that's it for Morning Joy. Thank you, David, by the way, for joining us. We love your sports segments. It's so inspiring. But we're going to be doing an after-show clubhouse, so if you're on any of the platforms, the social media platforms, hang tight. We're going to be talking about this and more. And is this even okay to do in public school settings? We're going to be talking about that here in the after-show clubhouse. But we understand if you're going to be staying for the Holy Mass, listen to the Holy Mass, obviously please pray for us. We'll be back early tomorrow, same time, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Central. But if this is us parting ways, God bless and make it a joyful day. We'll see you tomorrow on Morning Joy, where truth matters.
This has been Morning Joy, where truth matters, hosted by Keith Downey. Take some joy with you today. Visit grnonline.com/joy to listen again, share a segment, or answer the question of the day. That's grnonline.com/joy.